Well, another week and another ridiculous royal story of the week. And this particular piece is interesting because it has two claims that cannot both be true, and the attempt to make both of them true at the same time reveals exactly who generated the quotes. So the first claim, so again, this video, two claims. First claim is that the other brother attended his youngest school triathlon as a normal dad with no security and no fuss, and the mums were swooning over his handsomeness and nobody bothered him. The lies, I can't. The lies. Anyway, let's go on to the second claim. The second claim, in the same article, from the same source, by the way, is that Harry ruined his children's lives by leaving the UK. How a story about the other brother became a story about Harry ruining his children's lives, I really do not know. And as far as I'm concerned, those claims are mutually exclusive, because if the other brother can attend a children's school triathlon with his father-in-law in complete anonymity, no security and no photographs, then Harry had no legitimate security concern that required him to leave the UK. Because they're saying that his children could have had a normal private life surrounded by their loving cousins. We have seen said cousins, and no thank you. No thank you, no thank you, no thank you. So if Harry leaving the UK ruined his children's lives, that means that life in the UK for a royal child is not in fact normal, private and unremarkable. It is something significant enough that its absence constitutes a ruined life. Because if being a royal child was normal, then your child can be normal elsewhere. That means your child doesn't have to be in the UK to be normal. But if being a royal child is something different and special and something that requires security, etc., etc., then maybe Harry was right to leave the country. And one thing these people never ever talk about, one thing they never say, is that you can't spend at least 10 years briefing hate, smearing, making sure that the mum, the dad of these children that you are so concerned about become pariahs to society, making sure that the security risk posed to them is at the highest level, and yet you claim that they could have had a normal life in the UK. Both things cannot be true at the same time. There is absolutely no way that Archie and Lilibet would have had a normal childhood in the UK. They would have been scrutinized within an inch of their lives. There would have been threat level after threat level, because right now the UK has sunk as low as I have ever seen it. We have the right-wing press and some people who benefit from dissent and discord and just causing division. These people, the right-wingers in particular, they are at the forefront of making sure that they rile up the masses to the point where people are being beaten up, threatened, whatever, just because of the color of their skin. And we've had a very, very unfortunate incident, and the way the police handled that incident was dreadful. And the right-wingers are using that as an example, even though the family of this particular person has said, please do not use us for your politics. So it's a mess right now in the UK. And Meghan's presence in the UK, oh my God, it would have triggered. Remember that even in the police WhatsApp group, they were saying disgusting things about Meghan and Harry. There are people in prison right now because they wanted to unalive Harry. They called him a race traitor. So that is the backdrop of the environment that these children would have had to live. And remember that even royal protection officers, they called the people at Kensington Palace little Hitlers. And these are the people that Meghan would have had to interact with on a daily basis. The leaking against the children would have been through the roof. As it is, they're in Montecito, they are safe. Even every day we get at least, as I said in an earlier video, at least 10 articles a day in media about Meghan in particular and also about Harry. Even a wedding they didn't attend. Over the course of 2-3 weeks, we had about 80 articles. Yes, these people are obsessed. So for them to then claim, oh my God, they could have had a normal life in the UK. He ruined his children's lives. No, he protected his children. That was the best thing he could have done for his kids. Taking them out of a toxic viper's nest and keeping them safe miles away in Montecito. So, the Ravek security decision has still not been made. This is the official government review of Harry's security entitlement in the UK. It has been pending for over a year. So while it remains unresolved, the suggestion that Harry has no legitimate security concern just because they happen to see the other brother at a school, and I do not believe for 1 minute that if he went to such a place, that one person wouldn't have taken a photo. There is absolutely no way a photo wouldn't have been produced. So as far as I'm concerned, until the Ravek situation is resolved, like Harry said, he cannot safely bring his family to the UK. Also, I do not believe the no security fuss claim because it requires me to believe that a future King of England attended a children's sporting event at a private school in Berkshire with absolutely no protection officers present. That is not true. This is not how any senior royal operates. Protection officers attend all events. They may not be visible. They may be in disguise. They may wear maybe something sporting or whatever, but they are always present. So the sources claim that there was no security is probably describing the absence of visible security rather than actual security, because to attend such an event they would have had to send an advance team to make sure there are no things, lying around, hanging around, whatever. They would have to make sure they do a security sweep before arrival. So miss me with that BS. I don't know why they think people are stupid. This is common sense. Anyway, another thing is the mums swooning over handsome. Yeah, the handsome other brother. I think that is the most obviously planted thing in the piece. I think that comment was planted. Because remember how they keep trying to make fetch happen. Remember how there was an award he got, I can't remember how many years ago, for sexiest bald man. He was number 1. And the whole internet had a meltdown. They couldn't believe it. It was so obviously planted and so obviously made up. Why does his ego need so much soothing? Why? You can tell a briefing a mile off. That was briefed in the press. And that, for me, it looks like the Palace Communications team. Remember, the crisis PR manager? Yeah, I think this is her handiwork. Bless her. And also for me, it's a kind of quote that a real person wouldn't produce in a conversation with a journalist, but something that a briefing would actually, add this as well. And the reporters go, yeah, why not? And I bet they were laughing while they added it. So, yeah, I'm glad that the Sussex children are out of that mess and nobody can use them for clicks, engagement, or for money. And good luck to the other brother and his triathlons and going to his children's school. Good for him, because at the end of the day, Harry has done the right thing by his children. And I am extremely proud of him for taking a stand and making sure he is keeping his children out of harm's way. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, please. My name's Elizabeth. I'm the author of The Luxpreneur. And for more insights like these, please like, share, comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And to support my work in holding truth to power, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Elizabeth Slaru, or you can get a copy of my book, The Luxpreneur, from Amazon, Waterstones, or Barnes & Noble.